Hi, this is Megan of Megan's Creations. This week I thought I would talk to you about saving styles that you have applied to layers. And the most common one you'll apply is a drop shadow. So we're going to talk about drop shadows, but it can apply for any type of layer style you've done, beveling and embossing, or maybe you've created your own vellum by lowering the opacity and making a special drop shadow for that vellum. That would be another example of a style you might want to save and use again later. So I'm showing you how you can do that, and I have a layout here that I've made with in my backyard. It's a new release I have coming out this week with International Scrapbooking Day, and I have two main drop shadows that I used. You'll see I have my paper and some of my photos and my paper, and since my elements are paper they're drop shadowed like the rest of the paper elements. And then I have my string, and when I do my string I like the drop shadow to seem a little further away to make the string pop off the page a little more, and because it's further away it needs to be a lighter drop shadow than some of the paper elements. And that's just my preference. So I've got these two main drop shadows I'm using on this layout. And I thought, let's save it for next time. Let's save my paper style and my string style. So first we want to go to a layer where we've applied the different drop shadows. And so I have my sun here. I'm on that layer right now, and I've applied my drop shadow. And so now I'll go to blending options and go to styles and click new style with everything set up the way I wanted it with the sun, and I'll click new style. And so you can call this whatever you want. I'm going to call it DS for drop shadow paper. Okay, and include layer blending options. That's, if you have like you lowered the opacity for vellum, then you definitely want to include those. But we just mainly need our layer effects, which are all these. So we click OK, and there it is now. Okay, and then I find my string, and here's my string right here. And blending options again, go to style and click new style, and I'm going to call it drop shadow string, and click OK. Then we'll want to name that set so that we can find it. So we go to edit and preset manager. So then we'll scroll down to styles, and you'll see there's my two styles, and the styles need to be up, and so I can click and then I can select multiple styles. So by holding the control key as I click the next style. So glitter styles, or if you have, you want to put all your drop shadows in one style set, that's great, and you can select all of them. And then we go to save set, and I'm going to call this Meg's drop shadows. Okay, and we click save, and we're done here. And so now I can get just my drop shadow style to load by clicking this little arrow, and I will say replace styles, and there's my drop shadow style file right there. Click load, and now it's just my drop shadows. And if I wanted to share that file with other people, that would be the file I would say share with others. And in case you I'll link in the comments to the glitter styles tutorial I did about installing styles on your computer. You'll notice that my style saved into a different folder, and so in case I was ever trying to save all my Photoshop styles, I would want to move that style that I just created eventually into my Photoshop presets styles folder. So you can find out how to find that folder with my glitter styles tutorial, where I talked about installing styles. So that's basically it, and it's really convenient. Anytime I add a new layer, I could just go to blending options, styles, and I go, okay, I want my paper drop shadow on it. So you just click on the style, click OK, and you're there. And also, if you know that you're going to use that style for several layers, instead of going through the blending options, I would just right click on the layer and go copy layer style, and then you can even select several by holding the control key as you click on these layers, and select several layers, and then right click paste layer style. So that's the quickest way. Once you have the style set, it just saves you every time you open up a new document, your styles there. You already have your preference of drop shadow or style set up there, and then I would do this copy paste to do it for several layers in your document. So I hope you found that interesting, something to help you save time as you're scrapping and to keep your layouts consistent if you want to use the same drop shadow and colors for the drop shadow with all your different layers and layouts. So have a great International Scrapbooking Day weekend, and I will see you next week.